Hello everybody and welcome to our playthrough of Unicorn Overlord. Now you may notice that there's a big old demo button on this screen right now, and that's because this demo is going to lead directly into the game, which is why this is coming out a few days before the game actually comes out, because this is going to lead directly into our the release date of the game. So in other words, this is kind of like our early access in a way, and it's just going to lead directly into day one, and on day one we'll pick up right where we left off. So that's going to be a really nice feature to go into. And yeah, Unicorn Overlord. I have heard nothing but good things so far about this, and most people have nothing bad to say about this demo. All of the early impressions of this game have been very strong. People are very excited about this. It seems like it's some kind of spiritual successor to the Ogre Battle series, and we did play Tactics Ogre here on this channel, but obviously the gameplay of Ogre Battle and Tactics Ogre are different, so the Ogre Battle stuff is something that I don't have experience with. I have only played Tactics Ogre, and it's a series that did really well on the channel, so those of you who watch Tactics Ogre, I'm assuming some of you are here watching this, and I'm excited to jump in and learn a little bit about, you know, what this is. I've heard that it's got a good mix of things that come from the Ogre Battle series, as well as more modern things like Fire Emblem and things like that. So I'm assuming that some of this will be very, you know, new to us, and some of it will look very familiar to us. Now, the team that makes this is Vanillaware, and we also played a game by Vanillaware called Aegis Rim on the channel. And I thought that the writing of that game was absolutely stellar, and it had a tactical battle system in it that I thought was pretty strong, but not very visually interesting. That is not the case in this game. This game looks very visually interesting, and if they have as good of writing as the Aegis Rim writing had, then this is going to be a fantastic game. I'm very excited about this. I think I've only played like really 2 Vanillaware games, but both of them have been very good. So maybe I should be playing a lot more Vanillaware games. I played, what is it called? Leaf Razor? No, that's like the subtitle. I can't remember what the full title was, but I've got it on my Vita, and I've got it somewhere on a shelf behind me, but I can't think of the name right now. But I played that, and I have played, obviously, Aegis Rim, which I have a full playthrough of that on the channel that you can go and check out right now. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this. Atlas has been putting out so many games this year, and they just won't stop, and they won't give me a break, and you know what? I'm not even mad about it. Alright, so let's see. What do we have here in options before we get into it? Auto advance? Sure, 0.2. We'll see if we want to drop that. I'm going to put that at 85. Sound effects we're going to put at 90. Voice volume will stay at 100. Auto pause at start of stage. We'll see if that's something we want later. For now, we'll leave it off. Voice language is going to remain English. Alright, now let's get into it. Let's do this thing. I played the first battle of this on the Nintendo Switch demo, but otherwise I have not played any of this game. Just the first battle. Vanillaware doesn't miss with their art styles.
Take leave of this place while you're still able.
To where, I might ask? Nigh every last of Cornia's lords has forsaken us in favor of the traitor Valmore. No refuge remains for a crowned fugitive. Yet the general seeks my death and mine alone. I shall not flee from that fate.
Okay, so we've got a royal coup by Valmore. It seems like she's the queen, Elenia.
Though you still can. A sole rider with Alain at your side. Take him, Joseph. Raise that delicate seedling into a sturdy tree capable of weathering the harsh climes that await. And pray safeguard the ring of the unicorn as well. Hold it close to you until Alain is a man grown. He will have need of the power it bears.
My queen,
Mother?
Okay, there's Alain.
Are they coming for us?
Heed well these words, Alain. I say this not as your mother, but as your queen. From here forth, you're to treat Joseph's command as though it were spoken directly with my tongue. Do you understand?
Of course, but is there something amiss?
My faith and more lies with you, Joseph. I only pray it is enough. Farewell, and may the heavens guide you.
Why are you just standing there, Joseph? Aren't you going to help her?
Would that I were able, my prince. Come, we've not a minute to spare.
Okay. Borrow Alexis to the city. The queen is not to leave these walls alive. Our great general reduced to little more than a base traitor, You'll find my head not so easily parted from my shoulders, Valmore. I wonder if you can say the same. Come, everyone. We march this day for Her Majesty, Ilenia. Hodrick. Dude, the art style is so good. Alright, unit movement. Move the cursor with L to select allied units and command them to move across the battle stages. Oh, I can already tell this soundtrack is going to rock my socks off. It was the same thing with Aegis Rim. It had a fantastic soundtrack, and I expect this to be exactly the same. I'm so excited. Select Queen Elenia's unit and use the move command to make them march towards Valmore's position. Okay, so we have a free cursor here. We can select Elenia.
Destiny awaits.
Rest, items, valor skills. And yeah, I think it wants us to specifically select him. All right, Valmore, I'm coming for your ass, bro.
Make haste. Ready yourself.
Okay, we got ourselves a battle. We have Organize here. I'm guessing that this is probably set up to be pretty effective already. Now, since I played this first battle, well, I played this, and then I played the first battle that's not a major tutorial here. I guess they're both tutorials, but... So I guess technically I played the first two battles. But it seems clear to me that each unit can contain up to 6 units in it, and the way that you arrange them creates some sort of, like, synergies between them. So, like, quick guard and stuff, you're gonna see it all kind of play out, but it's a very, very interesting system that I don't know much about yet, but seems to be very, very versatile. And can be very powerful. Let's go ahead and go into battle. We'll get to see this in action a little bit.
On your guard.
God, the art.
Does this suit you?
So cool. Guaranteed critical. Brandish.
You'll see no harm.
Okay. Big shield guy guards.
Strive together.
Attack up from our cavalry. Guaranteed critical again from our support. So cool.
How's this?
And we got our mage.
Victory is ours.
Did you see that witch turn into bats? She's sitting on a flying horde of bats. Okay, this game is gonna be cool. It's gonna be so cool.
You'll have no mercy from me. Brace yourself.
I like her snake staff too.
Crush him good. I am your shield.
Bro, your crit don't mean much when I got that guy guarding.
Ready yourself.
Nothing but a tickle.
I shall protect you.
Yeah, her and her sword are pretty cool.
You'll see no harm. We shall see our duty through. I trust you.
Go.
ice coffin? Hell yeah.
Give them nothing!
My magic is yours.
So I wonder if the mage is able to like pass on attacks or something. She did that with the javelin and then to our cavalry unit. So yeah, javelin guy in the back seems like he's a ranged unit. He just throws jabs. Pretty cool stuff.
Seize her!
Enlighten me, Valmor. To what end do you seek to usurp my throne?
Self-centered fool. It's not merely your throne I aspire towards. It's all of them. Zenoira are the rightful sovereigns of Fevrith, and I, the blade to restore our world to its natural order.
You seek to plunge the continent into war. Fevrith need not suffer your delusions.
A proper ruler demands unity, not pointless politicking with insufferable neighbors. Now, I shall achieve that unity through conquest, and reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
I would sooner see you slain by my hand!
Ooh, okay, fade to black. We don't get to see what happens. Okay, so our kingdom is called Gran Corinne.
My queen, the royal lineage shall endure. 'Tis but a great shame I couldn't aid you further.
So is Gran Corinne the city or the kingdom?
According to plan, my lord. And yet our work only just begins. We stand now at a new dawn for Fevrith, one which will see Zenoira's dominion restored at last. Curious, though, that we've no trace of the old knight's captain.
About that, my lord. A lone cavalry unit was spotted riding through the eastern gate before it was barred.
And the boy is lost to us. A truth obscured only by his mother's futile attempt at a counter-offensive.
Alright, I am noting right now that we did not see Elenia die. We did not see what happened in that scene. She could be alive. I think we're supposed to assume she's dead, and she very well might be. But if we didn't see it, we can't be 100% sure.
It would seem I underestimated her penchant for deception.
I think there's a strong chance we're going to see her again.
Year 895 of the Hallowed Chronicle. Claiming himself a scion of the fallen Sonoran Empire, Cornia's once decorated General Valmor rebelled against his erstwhile home at the seat of its monarchy, Gran Corinne.
So he was one of ours. He didn't come from some other country, he's one of ours.
Its queen, Elenia, bold in the face of this staggering betrayal, stood unshrinking as the shield to her son Alain's safe flight, and mustering what meager forces remained by her side, she rallied a defense as valorous as it was damned. With Cornia's queen lost, care of the young prince fell to her faithful knight, Joseph, who took wing beyond Valmor's wretched grasp to asylum on the forted isle of Palevia in the Holy Kingdom of Albion.
Palevia, Holy Kingdom of Albion.
And boastfully proclaiming himself Fevrith's new emperor, Valmor donned a second name, Calarius, and began a relentless onslaught the continent's nations could only but struggle against.
Okay, Gran Corinne is the capital city, Fevrith is the country.
Yet each realm's endeavors fell in vain time and again, and ere long Zenoira's vile dominion was realized.
So he won.
His blood-soaked unification come to bear. few dared stand against the ironclad fist of Emperor Galerius. Embers of resistance burned on, yet the downtrodden could cling only to furtive hopes of liberation. Desperate prayers which fell upon deaf ears night after unceasing night.
I really hope Vanillaware's artists get paid
10
well,
years have passed since the Shroud of War first set over Cornea.
because they are working. The Unicorn Ring. Altar of the Unicorn and Maiden.
I wonder if those two are at it again. Well, that takes care of the altar. I suppose I should be getting back.
No comment. Vanillaware has always gone above and beyond with assets.
Sorry, Alain, but this round's mine.
Ah, you always were the optimist.
Okay, we have Lex.
Damn it. You got a good hit in, I'll give you that. There's just no stopping you these days.
Yet you've grown no less than I have. Still, we could likely train for the rest of our lives, and even then, never manage to best Joseph.
Weird to think he's back on the mainland now. Finally making that Liberation Army thing a reality, huh? Guess that means we'll be going up against Anoira soon.
Indeed it does. The people of Cornea are suffering, Lex, crying out for whatever help will hear their pleas. Should I turn a deaf ear to those voices, I would have little and less claim to the crown I feel is mine. That, and I owe it to my mother to see them safe.
Well, yeah, but Zenoira's got the whole world in the palm of their hand. How are we gonna fight back against that?
The earth may be theirs, but the heavens will surely favor those who stand for justice.
You got a point there. Sorry for not sounding all too confident. Just make sure you don't take it all on yourself. I'll be with you every step of the way.
Thank you, Lex. You know I can't do this without you.
Oh, stop. You're gonna make me blush.
Okay, he's a little bit idealistic.
Anyway, that's enough training for today. We're gonna miss lunch if we don't get moving.
I am wondering if this game is going to go the route of punishing him for being naive and idealistic, or if it's going to go a little bit more of the anime route. I think it could go either way, you know? I'm totally fine with either as long as they do it well, you know? Sometimes being too idealistic and then letting them get away with their naivete despite it can be a little bit frustrating, but there's plenty of anime that do it well. Like, they just have to make it interesting.
I suppose it is that time.
You see something out there?
You might have to learn some hard lessons, though. We'll see.
It's a ship.
Looks like they're flying Zenoira colors, too.
This island is no longer safe. We have to tell the others.
With you there. You head for the cathedral. I'll make sure the town knows what's coming.
Seal off the harbor, and do it quick! Not a soul gets off this island under our watch. All soldiers have alighted, sir!
Dispatch the vanguard to the cathedral.
We've seen Hodrick. He was in Elenia's group.
And remember, we're to apprehend the target alive.
Understood, sir!
Grand Palevia Cathedral.
O Heavenly Father, ruler of land and sky above, we pray this day for deliverance from evil. Grant us the meager sustenance to nourish our fragile bodies in the times to come. Guide our lost souls on the path to salvation. Shine down your radiant light upon us, for darkness looms thick through all corners of Fevrith. Such is my request as your humble servant. In the name of the Guardian Unicorn, and that of the Holy Mother. Is that you, Alain? How many times must I ask you not to stomp around in the cathedral? What is the meaning of this?
Well, look what we've got here. Seems we're the first to show.
Rough her up if you want, but don't forget, the girl dies and our heads will roll too.
Okay, so I was assuming that Alain would be the target, but it seems like Scarlett might be the target.
Such depravity will not go unpunished. Not in the house of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah? Then you best get to praying.
She's
Well
fast.
done.
Not as fast as us.
What the?
Scarlett, are you hurt?
These animations are so good.
Only a little shaken, that's all. What's happening to us, Alain?
A ship has come ashore on Palevian soil. One hoisting the banner of the Zenoiran army.
And are they aware that you're the Crown Prince?
I can't say for certain, but we know one thing. These people are our enemy, and they must be stopped.
Yes. My cathedral will see no more bloodshed this day. Come, let's move outside.
Your Highness, it's a relief to see you unharmed.
Joseph, looks like you've grayed up a little bit.
Hold on. Where's Lex?
And we have a Chloe.
He went ahead to alert the town. We'd best find him and get to the harbor.
Indeed. But first, my prince, this belongs to you.
A ring.
The Ring of the Unicorn. Queen Elenia wished for you to have it. In truth, I had intended to wait till signs of age played more deeply across your face. But we no longer have such luxury. I have the utmost faith you'll see it secured.
A keepsake from my mother. Thank you for this, Joseph. Truly.
Make no further mention of it. Now, let us be off.
Okay, so they've been forming some kind of small rebellion around here, it seems like. Battle stages. These are the fields of combat where allied and enemy units wage war in real time. Each battle stage has victory conditions that must be fulfilled in order to complete it, such as defeating the enemy commander. Deploying units. Allied units can be deployed from any base, flying a blue flag. First, move the cursor to the command post, and with L, then give Elaine's unit the order to deploy. Stage start. Alright, so this is the other fight that I did, and I stopped directly after doing this. Okay, so we have Elaine's unit, got a bunch of locked ones, and an empty one.
They will be ours.
Deploying a unit consumes 1 Valor point from the gauge displayed in the upper left of the screen. Valor points can be replenished by defeating enemies, liberating towns and fortresses, and more. Alain, look, they've already reached the town. Then we know our first aim. We must dispatch those soldiers as quickly as possible. Okay, so we have no Valor points right now. Select Elaine's unit, move to the enemy.
The path is set.
Okay, when you meet in battle, when an allied unit encounters an enemy unit, the battle menu will appear at the bottom of the screen. Use it to organize your forces and view enemy details before battle. Select battle once you finish preparing to enter the fray.
Your villainy ends here.
Alright. So I'm assuming that organizing is going to become a lot more important. Like, if you're running into an enemy of a certain setup, then you might have to move people around to get the best options. Tactics and priorities and stuff, like, I'm assuming that there's going to be a lot of stuff to this. There's going to be a lot for me to learn, I feel like. Like, just looking at this, I'm like, okay, this is going to get pretty deep pretty fast, and hopefully they onboard us all right. Since I've never played like an ogre battle, I don't know if this is very much like ogre battle or if it's more like something else, but people keep saying that it's very much a spiritual successor to that, so I'm assuming that many of the things that I'm seeing here come from that. Looks like we can R1, L1 to move between different menus here, and I'm sure that they'll be telling us more about this stuff as we go. For now, I think we'll just keep our setup. Seems like having our, you know, sword and board right in front of our mage or healer, whatever she is. I'm assuming healer. Is going to be good for us. Flow of battle. Battles play out automatically according to various predetermined rules. First, a combatant's initiative determines their turn order within battle. When a combatant's turn arrives, they will use one of their active skills. So it looks like a diamond is going away. Using an active skill consumes AP, action points. Combatants will take turns using active skills in order according to their initiatives. Battle will continue until all combatants run out of AP. Passive skills will trigger automatically when certain conditions are met, such as being hit with an attack. Okay, so it looks like he's blocking. First, Alain's Noble Guard skill triggers when he is attacked, causing him to protect himself. Use a passive skill. Using a passive skill consumes PP. Okay, so AP and PP. Next, Scarlett's Quick Heal skill triggers when an ally takes damage, thus healing that ally. Is that one passive? So the red ones are action, the blue ones are passive. Finally, the enemy's Parting Blow skill triggers at the end of battle, performing an additional attack. So I think when we started, we had one passive and one active skill that we could use for each character. The battle will end when all combatants have run out of AP or when all combatants on one side have been defeated. So there's a situation where you won't use all of your passive skills. So I'm guessing that part of the strategy is to set up whatever your tactics are in order to make sure that you use as many skills as possible, so that you're not like leaving passives on the table. You can also press square to view the battle log and review the skills that were used in battle. Okay, that might actually be useful for checking what the enemy is doing. If neither unit is defeated in a battle, the side with the lower percentage of HP remaining is the loser. Upon losing a battle, the defeated enemy unit is knocked back and enters a waiting state, rendering it immobile for a short time. Well, we almost have them. Just one more push.
The time is at hand. To me.
Okay. Engaging a waiting unit will grant the attacking unit a first strike. A unit executing a first strike will always act first, regardless of initiative.
Come then.
Okay, so we get to attack first.
Yeah. A fine job.
Okay, we got 40 gold. We're getting experience down there at the bottom. It looks like it might be using a experience to 100 system similar to Fire Emblem.
A fine bout.
Good. All that remains now is to reclaim the town. That's where Lex headed, right? I hope he's okay. Liberating facilities. Garrisoning a unit in a town fort or other facility will allow that unit to liberate. Okay. So we'll move to the town.
Onward. 'Tis ours now.
Okay, got more Valor points. Liberating facilities will replenish Valor and boost your score upon completing the stage. Okay, and so in that case, some of those might be optional. Additionally, facilities that have been liberated will serve as bases from which allied units can be deployed. Lex. Hey, sorry about that. They caught me off guard there. But don't worry, everyone's safe. I made sure of it. I knew I was right to count on you, and I'm glad you're unharmed as well. Still wish I could have done more, though. Here, let me scout on ahead to make up for it. Units can be ordered to move to any location you specify. Select Lex's unit, then move him to the marked location.
Sure thing. On it. All done.
Just what I was hoping for. It's time to show these guys what I'm made of. Move Lex's unit to the enemy to commence a battle. Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Ready.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units over there between the 3 different groupings.
You got it. This one's mine.
So it seems like enemies sometimes won't advance until you hit a certain range with them. I'm sure that there will be different units that will have different priorities, like some of them may only come to you when you get close, some of them may charge you, some of them may be set to defend locations, things like that. Okay, let's get in there. This ought to go well. Okay, he used his passive to guard. There's his attack. And his passive allows him to attack again at the end. Ooh, yeah, that's rough. Okay, and since he lost... Damn, might have gotten too eager there, you don't say. So he's in a waiting state, which means that he's in bad shape right now. Lex! No, we'll never make it in time. Allow me, your highness. Alright, here comes our Jagan. Yeah, he's got to be a Jagan unit, right? Different units have differing degrees of mobility. The higher that stat is, the quicker they'll move through a battle stage. A unit's combined mobility is determined by the individual mobility stat of its members. Okay, deploy. Joseph's unit, he's got Chloe with him. Let's get him as close as possible.
In service of the royal family. What would you ask?
Can I... Details, there we go. Yeah, he comes in at level 20. He's basically a pre-promote. He is a Jagan. Okay. You're level 1.
I'll not fail you.
Okay, move to him as a unit. I am your foe this day. Prepare to be struck down. Swapping positions. When 2 allied units are in close proximity, one can swap in for the other. Press L1 or R1 to have Joseph's unit swap in for Lex's. Okay, so that's an interesting strategic thing there. That'll be nice. Damage predictions. Before battle, you will see a prediction of how much damage each unit will take. Note how these predictions change when swapping units. Okay.
Come.
Okay.
It's not looking great.
So he'd do 0 damage, they'd get first strike, and he would die.
Gaze upon the face of your
We
demise.
take 0 damage, they take 67 damage. Is there any kind of like hit percentages or anything like that? We'll have to see. But obviously this is what we're doing. Ha! 36. Never stood a chance. He did 20 damage even with a guard. Oh, look at that, he's only getting 3 experience. So yes, this very much is like experience in Fire Emblem then. So as they get to higher levels, they're going to be gaining a lot less. So you're going to gain the most experience from enemies that are closer to your level. If you're over leveled, you're going to be getting less experience. And every 100 experience, you'll get a level up, I guess. Well, I guess that's not even true. Because look at that. It says down there, to next is 4,497 experience. So it's not a 100 system. Okay.
For the liberation.
I lied. Yeah, I'd run too. Lex, are you alright? Somehow, yeah. Sorry for making you worry. You know it's a miracle you can even put your armor on straight. Here, this medicine should perk you up again. Healing tonic, time 3. When a combatant's HP falls to 0, they will be rendered incapacitated. Items and skills can restore HP and revive incapacitated combatants. Select the items option from a unit action menu to use an item.
I've got to make this work.
Okay, healing tonic. Restores 30 HP to a single combatant. Okay, 30 is his max HP. Oh, I needed that. Chloe, perhaps you'd be better served watching after Lex directly. I fear he's a bit of a liability on his own. Oh, very much agreed. Ouch. No more messing around, Lex. I'll be keeping a close eye on you. Ugh. Now then, this area appears to be safe, for the time being. Let us hurry on to the harbor. My word, but that's Hodrick. He and I used to stand as the stalwart pillars of Cornia's defense. What might possibly have changed him? Prepare yourself, rebels. Any foolish enough to defy Emperor Galerius must be put to the sword. Well, it seems combat is our only path forward. Indeed, ridding this land of the enemy must be our first and only priority, no matter who that enemy may be. Okay, defeat conditions, time limit expires. Defeat Hodrick. Selecting multiple units. Move the cursor while holding X to select multiple units and give them all the same order at once. After selecting the desired units, release X and choose a destination to order all selected units to head towards that location. Ordering a unit to move or pressing X during a battle stage will automatically pause the game. The move and items commands can be used even while the game is paused. Press circle to resume the game. Okay?
The path is set.
Awaiting your command. By your word. As expected.
Whoops.
I shall
Still got him too close, but I'm close enough to move him in if I need to.
You face me.
I want Joseph there to be support, but he shouldn't be doing too much.
Light!
We march on.
I'm up. Yes, sir.
We march.
Okay.
To me.
Can I make him follow?
What would you ask?
I think I can, right? He can just follow
Very well.
him.
I have arrived.
Come then.
Gaze upon.
Yeah, man, he just
I shall
demolishes
hold
anybody he
nothing
goes
back.
against.
Come then.
Crit, very nice.
Easy now. Yeah!
There doesn't seem to be an MP system. It's just all about turn order and how you make those tactics.
Your villainy ends here.
Come.
Come then. We march on.
Okay, our boy up here is slow as hell, it seems like.
You face me.
Light!
Good. Well fought. The time is at hand. The path is set.
I'll not fail you. By your word. As expected.
Your villainy ends here.
Okay, so far so good. Our Jagan's just there for support if we need it. Things get dicey.
We march on. I must never yield.
Okay, first level up. HP, we got physical attack, physical defense, magic attack, magic defense, accuracy, evasion, crit rate, guard rate, and initiative. And they have ratings, which means that probably the higher the rating, the better we are at those certain skills, or the more likely we are to level up those attributes. That seems like a pretty good level up. Accuracy, magic attack, physical defense, physical attack, and HP. I'll take it. I wonder what you need to do to get more AP and PP.
May the Father smile upon me.
Okay, she got HP, accuracy, and initiative.
Victory grows ever closer.
Okay. Are you gonna, like, get there one of these days? Where is our timer, by the way? Is it that thing up at the top where it says paused? The red thing? If so, then I think our time is doing just fine.
We march. Onward. Come then.
Okay,
Gaze
this
upon
one
the face of your demise.
probably is worth throwing him in for a minute.
This struggle will only prolong the pain. Accept the mercy of a swift demise.
I fail to understand, Hodrick. What has motivated this shift in allegiance?
Joseph, Cornea's most decorated knight. I shall close the book on your tale myself. You won't touch them.
Good! I have you!
Straight up immunity.
The battle is won!
Such firm defenses. Our weapons barely leave a scratch. Perhaps my magic will work then. Leave this to me, Alain. Yeah, can we actually see that on him? Probably, right? Hold R2 to fast forward the game, advancing time quickly. Fast forward can be used both in stages and during battles. If the game is paused, fast forwarding will automatically resume it. Okay, so if I go here and do details, I'm assuming we'd be able to see that he doesn't have very good magic defense. Physical defense is 19, magic defense is 1. Yep, he's an armored knight for sure. All right, so some of our knowledge might actually transfer from Fire Emblem. All right. Finally our bro is doing something. Okay.
No stopping now.
Okay, Chloe got a level up.
In service of the crown.
HP, physical defense, magic defense, and accuracy.
Done and dusted. Sure thing. You got it.
Awaiting your command. Very well.
You face me.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I actually may do this, and then I may move them back and let our other guy finish him. Lex.
Why are you doing this? You, who once stood as my mother's royal guard.
Enough of your questions, whelp. Interfere, and I shall see you suffer for it. Try again.
Light!
That's the stuff. All buffs removed.
Easy now.
Good. My legs grow heavy.
No, I refuse to cease just yet. Cancel movement.
The time is at hand.
Let's actually have you go to him. That's what we'll do. That way we can switch out if we need to.
This one's mine.
Okay. I mean, it's not a lot, but as long as we don't run out of time, it doesn't even matter. And our time limit is plenty. Yeah, let's get Lex his level up. I was expecting this guy to hit back a little harder.
Sorry.
I have you.
Oh cool, she has heals.
That's how it's done.
Okay, so we can switch him in if we really wanted to. We won't, but we could.
Try again.
Are you okay?
march. I've arrived.
I'm ready to hit something.
Okay, we can hold R2 for a fast forward.
Healing.
That's how it's done.
And this will do it,
You
right?
don't stand a chance.
Alright, one more.
Are you okay?
Score one for Lex.
Now, I don't know what these little flags are. So, like, there's 6 on... There's 6 on Elaine's grouping. Joseph has 4. Lex has 1. And our enemy has 6. I don't know what those mean. What are those numbers?
Healing.
No stopping now. Just leave it.
So
to
interesting,
Lex.
she still got to heal after that.
I can't keep going.
Palevia Harbor's ours. Our first stage clear, right there. Alright. I know nothing of what comes after this. And I mostly just kind of like advanced through dialogue when I did it the first time. I just wanted to see what the gameplay looked like. So yeah, here we go, man. On we go. Okay, so we got war funds, we got honors and renown. Don't know how those are going to play into the game, but
What foolishness
yay
is
for
this?
us.
One such as I, brought low by the Cornea vermin that gnawed our ankles.
You've fallen far indeed, Hodrick. How many times did you stare death in the face at Her Majesty's side? Now, look what you've become.
Tell us if she's alive or not.
I may stand as your swordmaster no longer, but I can yet offer you a merciful end to your descent.
Wait.
Your Highness,
As the former queen, it really wouldn't be intelligent of our enemy to keep her alive, but people have done dumber things.
Tell me, Hodrick, do you remember the times you and I played together? When I was still just a boy? Yours was a bond of loyalty few knights could hope to equal. Why cast that aside and bend the knee to Galerius? I refuse to cut down a friend without first knowing how we've reached this grim conclusion. A simple reason is all I ask. Please.
Alain!
The ring! What sorcery is this?
Oh, my head.
Oh, it was a curse of some kind?
What am I doing here?
Mind control? Oh, Mom might still be alive. If she's just a mind-controlled former queen puppet,
A spell to shackle the hearts of men.
that might actually make her more useful alive in that case. Interesting.
Tis the only way I can think to describe it, my prince. That ill-fated day, all the lords closest to your mother turned upon her without so much as a moment's notice. Unfortunately, my memories end there as well.
a frightful power, if what you say is true. This spell of control, it could be called. Such magic would go far in explaining how Galerius so swiftly brought Fevrith to its knees.
I'm trying to think if, like, Galerius might also be a thrall of some kind. Because he was also somebody who betrayed them. So I wonder if he's also a puppet. Something to think about. Also, Joseph being the level he's at right now, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but I would not be surprised. I don't know if he's gonna make it through much more of this game. I think he might end up being a sacrifice along the road. But who knows? Maybe he will just be treated like a Jagan, and he'll be there to help us throughout the whole game. I don't know.
I shudder to think what unspeakable evil I wrought upon our world these last 10 years. Though there is no greater misdeed than turning my spear upon you, Prince Alain.
That's enough. You mustn't blame yourself any further. But I do wonder, how is this ring capable of unmaking the spell?
In truth, I had believed it to be mere regalia, a symbol of your birthright and nothing more. To think the power of cleansing truly exists. Your Highness, that is the Ring of the Unicorn, ancestral treasure of Cornia's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors wielding it to purify evil, but I had believed such tales to be mere fiction.
The Orthodoxy has a similar story about the Holy Unicorn. How it was a sacred beast able to purge darkness from our lands. It's entirely possible that the ring that bears its image is somehow capable of that same power.
Should Galerius's rule be built upon a foul sorcery that fetters our people, then this ring is the ray of light that will pierce its wicked heart.
Your words ring true, my prince.
Indeed. Were we able to free those bound by his cruel magics?
It might just bring the iron wall of Zenoira crashing down.
All told, I've often found myself plagued with doubt. Is it justice that guides our march, or paltry vendetta? Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother. Today marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. Mists that will soon be dispelled. It may take days, months, or even years, but I shall see the duties of my bloodline fulfilled, and slay Galerius like the beast he is.
Okay, setting sail.
And how does Hodrick fare?
Well, all things considered. Any fog that lingered in his mind seems to have cleared, and he stands ready to fight once more. By the way, Your Highness, allow me to brief you on our plans for when we arrive. Among the Liberation members I've mustered in my past excursions is a young yet skilled knight by the name of Clive.
We're already seeing so many names that we've seen in Fire Emblem games.
I'll ride to bring him
Clive,
to
Chloe.
you the moment we reach solid ground.
You have my thanks.
A word, Alain?
Is something wrong?
Well,
My shirt doesn't fit very well.
no, it's nothing.
It's really uncomfortable.
Are you sure?
We need to find a
Anxiety
tailor.
will be the death of you if you keep it bottled up like that.
These clothes clearly weren't made for me. They're too small.
It
too
really
small.
isn't important, I assure you. It's just, our lives have changed so drastically from the peace we had only yesterday. It barely seems real.
I can't say I feel any different. But I've always known this day would come. It's why I've spent all these years training under Joseph's careful instruction.
So, I never really got a confirmation if they were here for her or for him. Obviously, they'd have a lot of reason to be after him, but it kind of made it look like they were trying to kidnap her for some reason. And I still don't know why.
A shame you never had the chance to meet my mother. She was always one to blaze a path forward, royal blade in arm.
Maybe I just read into it
But
too
as her
much.
heir, I intend to lead in much the same way.
And they were just after him.
Is that why you and Lex spent all your days banging swords down at the shore?
You've seen that, have you? You know, Hodrick was likely but one of many. And assuming the others who surrendered to Zenoira are being controlled as he was, we may just stand a chance in this. Yet our liberation is still in its nascent days. Promising, yes, but gravely fragile as well. Which is precisely why I'll need your help, Scarlett. To reclaim peace for all who have suffered.
Alain, Of course. I'll do everything I can, as is my role as a priestess of the Palevian Church.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget about me.
Just a priestess, not some kind of princess or something.
What?
I'm sorry, my prince. Decorum doesn't come naturally to this fool.
It's all right. When you've known each other as long as we have, there's no reason to let formality bind us.
But there are protocols to observe. Rules we must follow as vassals in service of the crown. Still, I'm of the same mind. What mind he has, that is. I'll give my all in the royal name, your majesty.
Thank you all. I couldn't ask for a finer group of friends.
All right, I think I'm just going to assume that they were after him then. All right, first time saving. Let's do this. Oh my god. There are so many save slots. Ooh, thank you. You know I love a lot of save slots. Okay. Okay, and now we can pick difficulty as well. I think that this is a good place for us to end this episode. Oh man, am I going to play on expert? What does tactical say? A difficulty focused around tactical gameplay, familiar with strategy games. A difficulty focused around pushing your tactical mind to its limits, for players who are quite skilled at strategy games. I think I have to try it on expert. I might regret that, but I think I'm going to play it on expert. All right, but anyways, we're going to end the episode here, and I'll see you in the next one. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to continue seeing this going forward. And yeah, go ahead and check out my Patreon in the description down below if you want to help me monetarily in any other way. No pressure in doing so, but I always appreciate it when you do. All right, have a good one, everybody. Bye.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters: Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Vlado101, Andy Ford, Bruce Wizzle, Black Mamba 90, Eureka Gecko, A Happy Fat Panda, Turkeyfoot 27, Pedo Kuto, Shadow Raven, Hannah Kate the Great, The Blue Electric Cat, Emily Kuzanoa, and Nadia N. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.